for so goddamn long, come up and someone just released a goddamn toxic cloud everywhere. I'm like, huh, the fuck have I got myself into?
Yep.
Sure.
I guess I'll take the first of the 3 shifts in a rotating day cycle. Do you want us to roll perception for these, or what do you want us to do here?
You only need to roll if your intent while you're on watch is to really observe your surroundings closely.
I'll keep a lookout for dragons. Sure.
Well, what are we doing now?
Flying.
Oh, yeah.
Group is discussing sort of watch duties as you fly.
Okay. I'll go next.
I could watch, but I don't know what I'm looking out for. Rocks? I can do that. Familiar with rocks?
Shadow dragons.
Shadow demon things.
Yeah, Vivid. I mean, your character would basically be seeing a lot of this land for the first time.
Yeah.
Being from the mountains. So, yeah, this would be a pretty new experience for you, seeing all this. As you approach the city, you can definitely see the darkness is creeping closer and closer across the plains and forested areas north of Riken, almost if it's trying to reach out for Riken City itself. Where does the group plan on parking?
Those windmills
Just
look kind
tied
of
up
nice.
at a saloon.
Guys, let me handle this one. I have a handicap permit.
Well, this is going to be a fun city here.
I like the idea of just like going to a hitching post for a horse and then tying the ship down on that.
Okay,
Just
let me get
handing
some.
it to a rope and be like, hold this for us, please.
Sir, may I request a vision token?
Oh, look at that. That's cool.
Oh, sweet.
My
We can
guys
move
are
around
already
and stuff.
filled the back of the Orc District. It's time.
Okay, that's where you're at. Let me get some tokens.
It's right there.
Hey,
Whoa.
let Catbutt get down on the ground already. What's going on here?
Fuckery is afoot.
Of what kind?
How did I?
Kind of fuckery I don't get. Like herding cats. Everyone get back in the boat.
Tokens everywhere. Tokens. Did I get everybody?
I don't know. I can't
Nope.
see.
Males, there he is. I think you got everybody now.
I wonder, can you guys right-click the boat and mount it?
The airship?
Mm-hmm.
Conditions, maybe?
Let's see.
Restrained. Oh, utility. I'm not seeing anything for that.
Mount up flags. What's that?
Stunned.
I don't see anything like that. Like we
Yeah.
could like attach our
You
token
don't
to it kind of thing?
like when you select it and right-click it. You don't see like a horse option.
Nope.
No. Sword shield. Aliens through a portal.
Oh, I see man
Number.
exploding.
I see like alien portal type thing. Gear wheel, target, and a uppy downy arrow.
Oh.
The old uppy downy arrow.
If I click the up and down arrow, it turns into a bird.
Yeah,
Brr.
yeah, yeah.
It sets the speed.
Ah.
Okay, so is there a place the group plans on landing?
I thought this nice farmer would watch our ship for us and keep it safe.
Are you going to attempt to land on his farmland and approach him and ask?
Oh, yeah. I thought we'd just, like, fly over and then, like, slide down the rope and then ask him. Or we could make it really epic to where everybody, like, floats down. Yeah, I could do, like, a levitate on. We could really just, like, shock and awe. Kind of like paratroopers.
Who's staying with the boat?
Probably Grimfrang and Klee. They're very non-verbal tonight.
Vote people.
I suppose they will.
Yeah.
Yeah, this Klee can also steal the ship in case anything goes awry.
Or pumpernickel.
Or white.
I suppose we could just have them do donuts in the air while we're in here. If parking's an issue.
Why do I hear initial D?
What?
Stop it.
All right. As you guys lower the ship down towards the ground, are you? So I suppose you're wanting Silas to not completely land. Is this what I'm getting from you, LeBro?
Yeah,
And you're
because that would
gonna
just be
slide
rude,
down
right?
the rope. Okay. All right. So he holds 25 feet off the ground. Okay, I'll keep the ship here. Cleet
That
says.
sounds just like...
I knew it would.
I'll go talk to this farmer here and offer him a few golds to just mind the ship. It'll only be here for a little while.
You see a young boy and an older man walking up. And as you ask him that, he sort of looks up at it in the air. So I'm not climbing up there. What business you have around here anyway?
We have the Keen's business to attend. Kind of flash the ring just slightly.
Scratching his chin a little bit. He sees the ring and then the insignia is on the ring. His eyes widen slightly. Ah, well, you're more than welcome to park here. But I'm not climbing up there. You can watch after your own boat if that's where you're keeping it.
Okay, that
Yep,
sounds good.
that'll be good.
That's fair.
Here's
Yeah.
a couple of gold pieces.
Aha! Thanks, man. Things are tough now. Really appreciate that.
Oh, indeed they also. Indeed.
Stay off the crops.
Will do. Mind the crops, huh? Thank you, Si.
Mining the crops.
All right, we should probably make our way to the main gate now that that's figured out.
To the main gate.
We're going along here, and I make sure nobody else is here. We should make sure Grimfang stays on the boat and out of sight. Last time we were here, he had wanted posters.
Oh, that's right, he did, didn't he?
Yeah, where'd my character guy go?
Speaking to our new friend here, Vivid, what the fuck is your character's name?
Saint Sagandi's nuts.
Sagam. Okay, that's right.
Si.
Yeah.
You can. How do you change? Like, you can name yourself to
Yeah.
actually have your name next.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was noticing.
How the hell
that.
did I do that?
How did we do that?
Shit.
Someone
Oh,
get-
it's in your name on your character sheet. Your name on your character sheet. You can click in it. And add your name.
Yeah,
Oh, did
it's
you-
on like.
did you
Wait,
Yeah.
no, wait, no, I didn't do that. How did we do that?
I
Screw
believe
you.
it's in your prototype token, clicky up top.
Oh, there we go.
You choose how you want it displayed. And
Sorry, but that's like super helpful because I'm trying like to remember like who's who, and it completely fucks me up.
Yeah.
Hit update token.
In case.
Display name always for everyone. I have no idea what else to do.
Wait, was that not the right answer?
I guess not.
Huh.
Alright, so token controls? Is that what you clicked on? The little man like figure?
Yeah, the actors.
No. This is going to be over on your left-hand side of the screen, just under the
Oh,
anvil.
okay. Okay, I see token control.
I think you can do something with that.
I click it, nothing happens.
Oh, try right-clicking on your token.
Yeah, I did. Setting. Token name.
Oh yeah, and you can display your name. Represented actor, token
Update?
name.
Oh. I posted under my token. At the bottom corner of the players.
are you guys sure it's not in the cogwheels up top, like user management or something?
There we go.
Oh, damn it.
I
There you
found
go.
Oh,
it.
sweet, you got it.
I right clicked on my name, hit user configurations, and I clicked my character's name. Though it only used the first word.
Yeah, represented actor, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Alright.
Either it doesn't like
Everybody.
spaces.
Now we'll
Or-
remember that forever, boys. Not really. Alright, so we're at the main gate, boys.
I don't know why your token's so large.
I'm a
Looks
round
like
boy.
he adjusted the scale.
Trying to lose some weight, I promise. So I guess at this point I'm kind of just following everyone 'cause I have no fucking idea what's going on.
So we're reporting to the castle. What are we doing here? I forgot.
Well, we should go to the castle. We need to let the king know what the elf people told us, and that we found them. That's the huge deal. And let them know where we need to go from there, which is Garo, to look for the evil wizard dude. And then we need to go to the city of bandits or whatever in the desert that's named after said evil wizard dude. And find the thing. Go on the altar. Yeah. The thing. Gotta find the thing. Fuck.
The altar thing, right?
It's the thing that goes on the altar. I can't fucking remember what it was. Shit. And it's not in my notes. I want to die.
A horn of something? That'd be crazy. I think I've never heard something about a horn.
Horn of gonorrhea.
Oh no.
I'll give you one word. Beacon.
It's goddamn beacon.
Bacon.
Beacon of some shit. We had to go get the beacon. The bacon. That's right. Kept calling it the bacon.
We did. We're getting closer.
Shit, fuck. Mail, you weren't supposed to be here, you cunt.
Line.
I've been able to, like, take my notes the way I usually do in a couple of rounds, which super fucks me up. Because I have too much shit on my desk from work.
Do you remember Dan?
I don't.
Let's see. Roll history.
That's true, actually. We could roll history.
Remember.
Fuck.
Nope.
LeBro might remember something.
Yeah, you remember
It's a beacon.
it was referred to both as the Beacon of Elistray and also the Eye of Soul,
There.
as pertaining to its two seats it can sit in this world.
The Eye of Soul, or the Beacon of Elistray. That can sit in two different forms in this world, correct?
Yeah, one of its seats was in Elistray, which you guys saw, and it was destroyed. Which is when you were told about its second place, its second seat in this world, which is at the top of a pyramid. I'll say no more.
Clear as mud. But that's what we're gonna relate to the king or the kingsman. Could we be called the kingsman?
Okay, that's written down now. Goddamn. Fuck. Alright, and we should return it to Elistray. As I said, we could put it back on that altar. As I'm remembering that now. I don't know what would happen if we leave it on the pyramid.
Well, somebody could swipe it, right?
Well, I think it was already swiped, which is why it's there. And the world is in disarray now.
You don't know where it's at. You know it was taken by a dark mage, which is why it can no longer be used in Elistray, because he destroyed the seat in which it rested in Elistray.
Okay, so we can't take it to Elistray. Shit.
Unless we rebuild the seat.
You have no idea where the mage is, and all you know is that he was the last one to have.
The best bet is Garo. And or the Thief City in the desert. I can't remember the name of it.
Well, so the reason why you guys keep thinking Buran is because that is where they told you the pyramid is, somewhere in Buran.
which is in the desert.
Oh, the Dark Wizard is in. Okay, I see what you're
The-
saying.
Well, you don't necessarily know he's in Garo either. You were just told that is where he was from.
It's a good place to start either way. Maybe.
Okay, so
We'll see what
you
the king
guys
says.
approach Riken Keep.
Yes.
I'm assuming showing your rings as you walk past the guards.
And I announce ourselves
Swing him
the
at it.
Kingsmen to see the king.
Okay.
I'm a +1.
You have no idea, man. You're not the only plus one on this.
The doorman taps his heels. Yes. He turns and ushers you in through the halls.
Got to reload real quick. My shit broke.
Yeah, mine did too. A blank screen again.
It's probably something I did. I clicked something and it took me
Yeah.
to settings that made me reload. So if your screen is blank, you need to just reconnect.
Mine's good.
Oh, here, let me get my sounds set up so I know what you guys are hearing. Okay, so you guys are inside the keep. That can go down. All right, after some minutes of walking through the halls, you are ushered into the king's chamber where he resides at his throne.
One question.
Hmm?
Are dwarven structures much bigger than these human ones? So I can make a snide comment about how small this castle is? Or are they kind of like roughly the same kind of thing?
No. Many dwarven structures are certainly much more impressive than you can see around you immediately. And you even do your constructions underground in the mountains, so
Good.
you
Thank you.
certainly hold a high amount of pride over architecture.
Place fucking sucks.
Such an articulation of words.
What do you mean? See?
This is a plane. Small.
What would you suggest to spruce up the place a bit?
I don't know. Might take a lot of work. To go back to the drawing board a few times, no doubt. Definitely bigger.
Yeah.
Beginning to see why somebody left you in a hole.
I left myself in that hole, thank you.
Keep telling yourself that.
Well, perhaps the king will
going.
hire you on to redecorate.
Or have your head.
To redecorate with.
First.
Huh? Wait a minute. How would it not be the first or alive, right?
Wait, shit. I was trying to apply something else. I fucked it up.
Ah, okay. Well, you tried.
I did.
Oh man.
So is your royal hiney taking a kingly shit? Where is he?
We're working on that.
Okay.
Perhaps he's
Shit.
down in the vaults with all his gold.
Well, I was actually. I'll just leave it as it is. Let me get some tokens. All my NPCs are messed up for some reason.
Ah,
Small. Let's see. Is this everybody? All right. Let me know when everybody's in.
I'm here.
I'm in.
I walked in.
I'm in.
I'm in.
Don't have permission to update token. Well, it's working.
I just did that if you're trying to update the king.
Oh, I see. Oh, I didn't realize I was trying to do that. I didn't even see him on screen.
Where are all these icons on the side of him?
They're guards, but my guards, like I said, all my tokens are just defaulted for some reason.
They're bandits.
So, how about the little icons next to his portraits?
Oh, that's a lot of effects.
Yeah, right.
He's got on like 30 magical rings.
Ling is superior to us. As we approach the king, we should probably bow, show some respect or some shit.
All right,
I'm going to because I don't feel like being beheaded.
Take a knee.
There you go.
I look slightly confused at everyone, and I just follow suit.
Samesies.
Eat.
The king raises his hand, palm up, sort of gesturing for you to stand. What news have you? He says.
We found the elves.
They were there?
Well, they're like giants, but yeah.
Oh, and one of your old friends as well, Sal.
Yeah, they were there. Kind of me feel inadequate, considering how fucking tall they are.
He chuckles. Grand in stature for sure.
Indeed. Quite
He starts to pace back and forth a little bit. And what did they tell you?
Who wants to mention the beacon?
Beacon was taken from the altar in Elistray,
Taken, you say?
The Eye of Soul.
and the altar was destroyed.
The Eye of Soul no longer resides with the giants.
Grinning, harsh, and looking down at the ground, sort of pacing back and forth, scratching his chin, thinking intently. Any word on who may have taken this beacon?
It said a dark mage attacked them constantly. Baran, right? Is that the name? I don't remember how that was said.
I don't think the mage was given a name.
Varan was a city, wasn't it?
Buran is
Yeah, but it was named after him.
named after the prince who founded it.
So considering I was, there for quite a while, would I by chance have caught a glimpse of the person and maybe make some kind of recollection, or would I might not have not been like in any kind of viewing distance of the event, the incident?
I don't. You wouldn't have been there at that point in time when it occurred, but you would have certainly seen a little fresher point of view of the aftermath than anyone else. I mean, even still for you, the aftermath was, um, years before you had gotten there.
Gotcha.
Well, where does this mage hail from?
Said it's from Garo.
Garo, you say? Well, we must get that beacon back at all costs. He ponders more, pacing.
If I may, we could use a little extra protection if we were to head in that direction in search of the void. What's that thing called again? Beacon.
I feel forgetful of the thing we're supposed to find. This might be due.
This.
We have one job.
I'm walking around with Alzheimer's like, what the fuck are we here for?
Do I know you?
Grandpa in the grocery aisle.
Protection, you say? What sort of protection do you need?
What
That's
sort
a
of
bit of a
protection
black
does
mist,
anybody
eh?
need from such a powerful mage?
You have seemingly survived the journey to and back from Elistray.
You seemed, or at least they hinted, to have been there before yourself, sir.
Looking at you with sort of a keen eye, long ago, my boy, long ago.
That you were a defender of one of these so-called beacons?
Ah, I see you've learned much. I was.
So what is this beacon exactly? Is it an embodiment of magic? Is it a physical item? What is it?
Is it an anchor in our world? For our reality?
It is of sorts. It is a device. This device was created by the first people of this land. It's an anchor that separates the dark from the light. Without it, the darkness would overtake this land.
And what would a dark mage want with that? Just to keep it snuffed out, or can they use it for something else?
Well, long ago it was once used as an amplifier. So I only suspect that he might be trying to use it to amplify whatever this magic is coming from the core of this continent.
Surely that would be a really powerful mage to even begin to do that. Is that a mage you would know by chance?
Not I.
We should probably visit the college and to see if there's somebody there who might know who this is. Anyone who's done research into something like this?
That's a good idea.
Is there an envoy at Garo that maybe is already there that we can use or already have communication sent to?
I mean, we can send message to Garo. There is I mean, there is one place you could go in Garo, which is essentially their main citadel. It houses their whatever you would consider would be an orc's mystical teachings.
Would it be safe for us to send communication to them, maybe hinting at why we're going to be visiting them?
I'll send word right away if you like. I have plenty of horsemen on duty.
I think we'd probably get there before the horse. With the airship, would we?
Are you saying this out loud?
Why not?
Whispering to companions.
Most
Oh
likely.
yeah, we did find an airship while we were over on the other side of the giant lake. The elves parked it right outside your city. It's pretty cool.
Airship, you say? Oh, everybody roll perception, by the way.
Is your nickname Sid by chance, King?
Marnoth and Lebro. Observing the king as he's conversing with you here, you can see that just about everything he's heard and said, he is quite nervous.
I would probably whisper this or make some kind of gesture towards Marnoth to let him know, or to see if he's also noticing this. The strange
I
behavior.
kind of lean in towards LeBro. I don't know if we should point anything out. Probably wouldn't be in our interest.
Indeed, my friend. Indeed. No. Haste is probably the better part of this conversation.
So this kingdom doesn't have like messenger pigeons or something like that? Maybe something faster than a horseman?
There's pigeons, yeah.
But of course it would be you taking the chance because it's, not guarded technically.
Hey, could you possibly take a look at the keen through your eye?
I do have it on, so yes.
Might be a good idea.
Oh, you do have it on?
I do. I never took it off. Those are notes I keep.
Okay. Then Marnoth, you notice that the king stands before you. As you peer at him with your eye through the monocle lens, you can see dark tattoos, very similar to what the group has, but is unseen by your eye that doesn't have the monocle over it.
Ooh.
That's going to be one hell of a trip.
You can also see that the fractures in space that you can see with that lens are increasingly intensified around him. It's like the whole room looks like a shattered piece of glass almost in 3 dimensions.
Sorry, folks, but I do not share this with the group. Quick question for the king before before we get on to sending that pigeon off to Garo to announce that we'll be arriving by airship. On our way to these people, we came across a temple in the jungle. And in this temple, we found bodies, skeletal remains, of what appeared to be the smaller version, a younger version, of these elvish people. Would you know anything about that?
Sounds like remains of the first ones. See, the ancient peoples that first lived these lands were enormous in size. Hell, children at the age of 10 would easily be 11, 12 feet tall.
So we may have seen the last of the first people inside of that temple?
A temple, you say? In the jungle on the way to Elistray?
Yes, we had to pass through it in a series of tunnels to get down to Elistray.
Was there anything of significance in this place? Other than these bodies?
Ooh, this makes me internal modeling. I don't know if I want to answer that.
How about you just let him know we were pretty much running for our lives for the better part of the tour?
We didn't see anything that was necessarily special, so to put it, other than some unique writings on the walls and whatnot. We were simply trying to get through to get to Elistray, as the place kind of gave us the creeps and was loaded with traps.
Roll deception.
Shit. It ain't good, boys.
no.
It ain't good.
Maybe the king had a brain fart today. You never know.
Maybe he had a fucking stroke.
I load my shotgun.
There's one caved in area that looked like something had blown up in there when we
Yeah.
got there.
Yeah. We got there.
Damage was totally done already. We had nothing to do with it.
Marnoth, he definitely gives you a momentary glance and then looks away and paces some more.
You're fucked.
Let's
After a bit, some nervous pacing, he just stops dead in his tracks and looks at the group. Everybody can roll perception if they wish. And he says, well, get moving,
Why
get
not?
moving, get moving.
I didn't mean to do that with advantage. Or, no, I did. I did actually mean to do that with advantage. And it was still bad.
It's okay. It's okay.
bowing as we go. Of course, so.
Ederix, to you, you can sort of see the cracks in his facade, and it looks like he's sort of beginning to lose it.
He's upset with us, or his sanity is
His sanity seems to be slipping.
okay.
I do have a theory on that.
I won't mention that while we're here, but maybe on the way out, they'll say something once we're out of earshot.
Let's get the fuck out of the keep.
Yeah.
I sense fuckery. It is afoot.
I let everyone know the king was not looking too hot when we were on the way out.
I also share that I was seeing fractures and the dark tattoos that some of us also have on the king. He was hiding them.
So, do you think this beacon anchored the Keen in place? He is quite old.
I think this beacon is keeping him alive, and he's using that balance to keep something hidden back that might be part of him.
Maybe.
If it can.
Big assumption, but all the darkness and shattered bits of time around him suggest that maybe he, once upon a time, probably misused this.
So he could possibly be fractured. His
Yes, his very existence
one side-
might be dependent upon this beacon being where it needs to
and
be.
this great wizard could possibly be a part of him.
Or trying to kill him.
Could be like a split personality.
I could have fixed that with therapy. Alright, no shopping. We're getting back to the damn flying ship. And we're going straight for Garo. No shopping. I don't care if we die. Alright, you die of starvation, it's because you're weak. Okay?
But I have all of this no money to spend. Come on.
It's okay. We bought 100 barrels of oil. We'll be good.
Good thing you left those two on the boat.
Yeah, so we could eat them later.
Yeah.
Somebody would have went shopping there.
Is there an alchemy store
You
around?
probably dedicate 2 or 3 more sessions to just shopping in this
Just
town.
fucking shopping.
Can we get a bar of silver somewhere?
Okay, so you're going from you're just gonna go to the boat and leave the city? Is that the plan? What are you doing?
Yeah, we're getting
Yes.
the fuck out, going straight to Garo.
Yep. I will like that.
I did want to talk to this farmer
Wait,
real quick
Hey,
about the Keen, if he's been acting odd lately.
and actually, while we're thinking about it, can we redirect the ship over towards the college and land over by the university? We need to ask them about dark mages and shit.
Ooh, yeah?
Okay.
But it's all the way the fuck over here, and I'd rather not, you know. I don't know. I don't really
Let's not-
necessarily
let's
like
not
the
fly
idea of
over the
the.
city, but maybe around the outer walls, so it's not so obvious.
Yes, precisely. At this point, I'm not trusting the king very much. Sus.
I'll be right back.
Whenever he gets back, I'll ask him a question. Because I don't really think I could do anything in the college, but I think Ederax had gone to the college with Grimfang, so he is educated.
This
I is tunnel dwelling troglodyte.
Yeah, I think I might visit there as well.
The troglodytes?
Actually, I do have something to ask people.
Back?
Oh, he's got a question for you, Ederac.
What's up?
You went to the college, right? Like you went to the university, you and Grimfang.
Yep.
Sweet. You want to maybe see if you have buddies there that you could ask about this dark mage from Garo who may be powerful enough to do something like this without saying, "Hey, you know, we're missing the beacon of balance
Yeah,
and
maybe
shit."
do a little research.
I only went there the one time right before we left the first time we got here, but I mean, yeah, I guess I could ask the people there. I kind of know the building already.
You want somebody to come with you?
I'll go
Sure.
with you.
How about the guy who has the highest fucking charisma, aka Fisty, go with you because then he can roll shit and hopefully not, you know, have the charisma of a slug.
You know, maybe
Alright.
maybe we could have some people looking through books too. Anyone smart? Anyone a history nerd?
I guess I can come with you for that.
Okay, yeah.
That's
It's
By
fair.
the way, I've got a pretty good charisma too, so I can smooth over the situation if we need.
Why don't we just all go? It doesn't seem like there's a reason why we
question about
couldn't just
going
all go and
except for
just
Mel.
like ask a question or two.
Except for Grimfang and Cleve.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're too busy washing the ship. We've already established it.
Rat Boy's
Can't
eating
get over the
cheese.
bearing.
Grimfang's too busy being a felon, so we can't let him out. Right, so we're all going into the college.
Sure.
the college
Ooh,
board.
exciting! Is there college girls around?
So like a front desk. Does the medieval esque college have a front desk? I think that's a weird thing to ask. I don't know. I don't actually know where the fuck we're going.
Yeah,
Shit.
I'll head to the library section where me and Grimfing originally went to like look for the history of the elves. Maybe ask some people around there or find some books.
You know, actually, what probably wouldn't be a terrible idea if our orc friend went to the orc district and asked around if there's been any talk of a dark mage in Garo.
Could do that.
Can we trust you to go on your own and not, get shit faced and put greasy meat in your pocket again? Walk around with it?
I could go with him
Probably.
and make sure he doesn't put meat in his face again.
It was in his pocket.
Maybe sing a few
And then he walked
songs
around
about like dark mages of the past, and then maybe that'll
with a greasy smear
some
on his
conversation.
cock. Then threw greasy balls of cheese at Klee.
Why don't we all just go to the college and then we'll all go to? We all need adult supervision. I feel
Oh, what? You're the adult?
it's all collective adult supervision.
Okay, so we're at the college. We're all here. We're gonna go to the orc district later.
Okay, so college first.
Yes.
All right. Approaching the college, I'm assuming you're going back into the same building you went in before.
Yeah.
Are you going up to the same front desk where the same young lady was?
Might as well.
Alrighty. Looking up, she sees you, recognizing you. Ah, back for more.
Surprised you remember. I've been gone for like 2 or 3 weeks, and I've only been here like once. You got a good memory. We're looking for any information on maybe historically powerful wizards of the evil persuasion.
Evil persuasion.
Maybe
Well,
even something more recent.
Leagues on that. Anyone in particular?
One from Garo?
Ah, now we're getting specific, she says. Flipping through a deck of cards in a drawer in front of her.
Rolodex of bad mages. Nice.
Section C, 51. And then she points to your right and says, head 7 that way, and then all the way down to the back.
Okay.
Thank you.
Turns out I can't fucking read. I could barely read.
What's your role? Intelligence?
History check.
Okay.
I could actually it would make more sense to do an intel check with it.
Making your way down the rows as you reach the 7th one and turn, you see that you got a long way to walk. The shelf just goes and goes and goes. It's a big place you're in, and a lot of books. As you make your way down to the end, you find yourself in the 51st section of Area C.
Oh, damn. We start grabbing books, I guess.
I want to grab any books that look like they might be bound in skin. That might be a good place to start.
That's interesting.
Any particular reason?
Have you seen Grimfane's book? Odd texture, is it not?
Yeah, I've been meaning to look at that with my monocle once to see if there's anything fucky about that. You guys we did a perception check on this like 2 or 3 sessions in. Have you guys heard the book? Like, heard the book?
Like, hear it cry out in pain?
Heard her? No. No. Swear to Christ that thing whispers at him.
Oh. Interesting. An intelligent book.
that talks to him, or
Is he
maybe
possibly a ventriloquist?
you know what? Maybe he is a felon. There's a good chance of he'd use that.
So I see a particularly bright red bound book that I'm going to grab off the shelf and start flipping through. As I open the book, it creaks. The smell of musty, old men.
Well,
More in the book.
that's oddly
What
specific.
book are you reading exactly?
Lemon Party.
Are the pages sticky?
Ugh. I would have run back to that front desk. I needed to ask that gal something else. You guys
Do they have any other helpers
have
like
fun.
on this floor? Like librarians?
There are, yeah.
So I leave the group and go back to the front desk.
Okay.
I walk over to one of those aides with that book in hand and ask him, "Pardon me, young sir, what could you tell me about this book and its origins?"
And he looks over at the book. Well, it definitely looks old. What's the title say?
Did I happen to make out the title?
As you look the book over, there is no written title on the cover. There is some old worn out indentions that look like it was maybe raised lettering on the book, but nearly flattened and worn at this point.
Would I be
Let's
able to
see.
investigate it to see a little more?
Sure.
I mean, what good's a book if we can't read it, right?
Wipe your ass with it.
Maybe do like a rub from it, sheet of paper and a pen, charcoal.
All right.
DRB headphones on.
Or a more magical take on it. Can I clean that area where the raised lettering once was so I can see it a little better? Using prestidigitation.
Oops.
Yeah.
Nice, like that.
So you're looking to repair it, Libro?
I can instantaneously clean or soil an object. I'd like to clean it so that, it at least I see everything and there's no grime covering up like possible indentations or other scribes on the
Yeah. Okay.
cover.
Okay. Well, if that's what you're doing, it is now a very clean representation of a very old and still very worn book.
I'll just have to open it up and read it then.
You begin scanning the text of this book. It's written in very old sort of language, old terminology, sort of like how we would define Old English today, or something like that, or even Spanish versus
Like King
Latin.
James version,
Yeah, pretty much.
or actually Latin. Okay.
It's sort of talking about the pantheon of the mysticism in the orc culture.
What is the pantheon of mysticism in the orc culture? Is there like a structure of where their power comes from, or different elements that are represented?
Y- You would have to check the book out from the library and read it.
Alrighty, I'll check it out.
Oh, it's our orc friend.
Putting it in my pocket.
The librarian standing right next to you looks at you and says, "What are you
Oh, I
doing?"
was just cleaning it off, friend. It's a little dirty, see ya. Nah, it's all clean.
Well, keep it clean out of your pocket, please.
I got the impression that person was not very bright. Is this another librarian's aide? Not the one I asked the question of originally?
No, same
Okay.
one.
I say, dear boy, what would I do to borrow this book for, say, an eve or two?
Take it to the front desk, speak to the lady there, and she will check the book out to you
Indeed,
for
indeed.
said time, sir.
Why do they let you borrow books here?
And you said that to him?
No, I guess I'm just saying that out loud. I would imagine like there's like a national archive of information, and like you don't really get to take the books out. You just get to come and read, is what I thought it would be like.
If you take it to the front desk, you'll find out what the rules are.
Wow.
So, I took my dice out and kind of accidentally threw them on the floor behind the librarian to distract him, have him turn away, while I slightly place that book into my pack.
All right. With a flash of skill, you quickly slide the book into your pack. He notices nothing other than your fancy die.
And while he is noticing nothing, I also cast Prestidigitation on one of the other books to make it look just like that book on the shelf.
Okay. He looks back at you and
I'm dusting the book off as I place it back up there. Perhaps another time.
he says nothing.
Thanks.
Very good, sir.
Thank you.
Back.
Oh, you missed so much. Hi.
I heard you committing thievery. It's fine.
I'm going to pull off another book and take a look at it. And so on and so forth. So, Monroth, did you happen to get any good information from our friend downstairs?
I don't know. I'm not near you.
Oh, you're still downstairs? I thought you came back up.
I am.
Okay.
Nope. Sorry.
So can we
Technically,
go
I did
to
not
where
see
that-
you commit thievery.
Can we go to where that lady said that book was? Did we already do that, or were you stealing that book first?
I thought we were just kind of headed in that direction anyway. I guess
Yeah,
Wow.
you're in the section. You've made it to that section.
Did she? I guess she didn't give us the name of the book.
She just said she pointed you to the section that covers orc mysticism and magic.
Okay.
She didn't give you a specific book to look for, as she was.
Could there be anything I could roll to maybe find a book of interest? Something that catches my
Your choice, perception or investigation.
eye? I'll do perception. That's not bad.
It's like this whole time I kind of been following everyone, flipping through books randomly, not really knowing what to look for. Is there any way I can help, like roll like a disadvantage investigation?
You could see all the books on the lower shelves, friend. That's more your
Hell yeah.
level.
All right. So each of you find a book essentially referencing dark magic and the times that it's been performed within the mystical realms of the orc people. The last known historical account, which is a story written in each of your books, is one that happened in Garo, and a fellow by the name of Lenthros, Lenthros. He was a well-known sorcerer, so-called sorcerer in Garo, and once said to possess a powerful gem that emitted a dark light.
Okay.
Linthros, powerful gem. Some kind of light.
Yeah. The historical account is about 200 years ago, give or take a few months. Which let's see, what were your earlier rolls? Okay, which each of you would certainly understand, or at least strike you as odd, seeing as how orcs don't live that long.
Interesting.
Alright, that's all we can find out from these books. Maybe our historian, the Dark Gnome, right? Or Deep Gnome?
Deep Dome. Yep.
Deep Gnome? Maybe our Deep Gnome knows a little bit more. He's like a history buff, right?
Slightly, yes.
I'll head over to you with the book and like I found this passage regarding this Orcus wizard. Maybe you could look at it, see
He's
if it
nowhere
jogs your memory.
near you.
Uh,
Marnoth?
Yep, I'm nowhere near you guys.
Where are you right now? I thought you were just like on the first floor of the building.
I don't know. Somewhere else in the library right now.
I guess I'll just save the question for when he gets here.
Here. Give me 1 second.
Secrets.
Did I do something wrong?
No, just secrets are happening.
Okay.
Alrighty.
But they're touching bots.
So, Vivid, just wanted to tell you, I love that Scottish accent.
My fucking attempt at it.
That's good, man. It's good.
Working.
It's better than none.
Well, it's better than it was yesterday. Good lord, oh god. The only reason it sounds vaguely consistent is because like a little bit low energy than I was yesterday. God, it was going back and forth between Scottish. Like, I swear to Christ, at one point it sounded like a really retarded French.
So, my guy's accent is supposed to be like a Creole kind of accent, you know, because he's like from Louisiana or
Yeah.
something. But I just couldn't do it, man. I tried and I tried, so I had to like stick with the southern kind of gentleman accent. I think I threw a little French in there at one time. Maybe one or two words of Creole. Foghorn Leghorn.
Kind of works.
BRB.
Is it? That could be wrong. Isn't that area have like a decent French presence?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, most of their language, it's like a cross between French and I want to say like English, but
Okay, I was just want to make sure. Can't wait till I like know what the fuck is going on so I can actually say shit. So I'm just sitting here in the background, just like fiddling away in the environment, being like, "Yep, this is a wall. I haven't seen I haven't seen books in 20
Right.
years." Don't take that out of context.
Okay, so
So I start heading back towards the front desk.
and Ederix, you and LeBro still looking at books, or did you start headed for the front desk?
I'm actually asking about some books on creating magical items or enchanting items. So I was asking our little librarian friend there where that section might be.
He points you in the direction you need to go. Set of stairs up to the second floor.
I'll head up there before we leave.
Okay, Edorex, what are you doing?
Probably wrapping up in the library. Heading back to the entrance, waiting for everyone else to be done at this point. I think.
Okay. Any other
and-
questions on what you read?
I'll probably ask Maranov. He'd probably know more than me.
Okay.
Ask away.
Are you now in front of us?
I am. I'm at the front desk. So if you're at the front desk, I'm at the front
Okay.
desk.
I will mention what I found in the passages of the Orcish wizard, asking if you know anyone by that name, if it rings a bell.
One second. Nope. I'm guessing not.
Nope. Never heard of it.
Well, something to keep in mind when we head over.
Something to ask Remfang. He would probably know that.
Yeah, you'd probably know. All right.
Okay, so now the two of you are doing what? Leaving the college? Back to the
Yeah,
we got
I'm
the
ready
rest
to
of us are here. Do we still want to stop at the Orc District to ask about if there's been any rumblings of a Dark Mage and Garo being active?
You guys think about what you're doing. I'm gonna run my dog out.
I'm still trying to piece together what's going on.
That's fair. And you also haven't asked us for a rundown yet, so
I guess that probably would be help. I guess for now, as far as my character's concerned, he's just like, I'm going wherever. I not asking too many questions. I've already seen my fair share of shit the moment after this goddamn hole.
Oh, and by the way, Vivid, your character is noticing certainly a much more impressive increase in architectural brilliance here. Whether or not your character is familiar with Elven style building, I'm not sure. What's your history with that?
He would be familiar with whatever he saw in his tenure in the elf hole.
the whole.
The elf hole.
Then actually some of this is looking very familiar to you.
Oh shit!
Yup. Zelfs.
It's what?
It's like what they made.
So you're saying that this college in the middle of Riken was made by elves?
I would defer to Los. Is it a because could it have been made by elves, or is it styled after the elven architecture?
Given the time you spent in Elistray, you would say it was built by elves. All right, I'll be right back.
Yep. I got a hunch in me beard. It was the
So the
elves.
college was built by elves. So the elves we might have seen in the hole of Elistray. Really should call that a better name.
I do have to actually head out a little early tonight. I gotta get
Oh,
my
shit.
laundry out of the dryer, and I gotta shower before work tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
You smelly stinky boy.
Yeah, I'd be a smelly, stinky boy if I didn't take care of that. But
Yeah.
I will see you all next Monday, and
See ya.
I will just stay on the boat for now and wait for you guys to be done here.
Excellent.
Okay.
Have a good night.
All right.
See you, bro.
Yep. You guys have a good one too.
See me.
Bye.
All right, pups are happy.
All right, Dan had to hop off. I don't know if you heard him
Yeah.
coming back. He had to hop off early.
Okay.
And I would continue talking about the architecture and saying,
He said
"What
he's sitting on the boat. FYI. Sitting on the boat with Klee and Grimfang.
Okay, he went back to the boat.
Well, it wouldn't be too out of the realm of possibility that the elves could have done this,
So that
considering
means this university is a little over, like, at minimum, older than the Cataclysm.
it's possible. Those little bastards live quite a long time, so a little bit after, a little bit before. Shit, guy probably built it, probably still kicking around here.
That's actually a good point. We don't have time to focus on that now, but that's something we might want to focus on later.
Well, if we find them.
Alright, so is everybody at the front desk? Or is LeBro doing...
LeBro's off somewhere else in the library.
Alright, well, we're going to hang around here for LeBro. Actually, question for Saint. Yes.
Yes.
When was the last time you were with your dwarven brethren?
Ooh. I'd say about.
Okay, so you're looking for what? Jay?
I forgot the name.
Forgot the. It's only been 40 years. It's not that long for you.
Yeah, I was so sorry that. Where did I say my characters from again? It was the main stronghold, right?
You're from Mount Draham,
Okay, that's what
the
the
main
name was.
city of the
Yeah.
current dwarven culture.
Okay. I just recently crawled out of Mount Draham not that long ago.
Oh, how's it doing?
It's still there. I didn't hang around very long. I went straight to Reichenforge for work.
Oh, yeah. Can't imagine to be easy to take down. That's good. That's good.
Did you ever, you and your clansmen ever run into Duergar? Draham?
Sorry, could you repeat that? You were cutting out, but.
Did you or your clansmen run into any Duergar while you were down there?
What is a Duergar?
No, different. It's a different thing.
Hmm.
Draugr is undead. Duergar are basically dark dwarves. It's like dark elves. Yes. Coming in, lowering the tunnel value. There you go.
Okay.
There's the wiki page for the Duergar.
Wiki wiki woo. Oh.
Not too often. I spent my days in the churches, mostly.
The churches?
Yeah. Why else do you think call me Saint?
That's a good point. How did you earn that?
That was gifted to me by the church. Being a holy man, you doing holy deeds.
Well, I mean, I get holy deeds, but what were your deeds?
Well, when you went one of the only healers in your general area, you tend to be a busy man.
You're a healer.
Indeed.
Thought you took care of an airship.
Well, I mean, I'm quite old.
He took care of
Plot
the
hole.
airship.
I've had quite. I was lying down there like 20 something years. I had time to learn a few things.
How old's your character?
I think I said 120.
Okay.
You're now believable.
Jay, are you back yet?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening.
Oh, okay. Oh, I pulled you up to
Oh,
another
sorry,
channel
man. Okay.
to ask you some questions, and you weren't
Sorry,
there.
that was saying goodnight.
Nice.
I guess I wasn't listening good enough. Yes. So go ahead and pull me back up to that channel if you prefer.
You're looking. What books are you looking for?
So books on possibly enchanting magic items or enchanting items to make them magic or creating them yourself.
How-to books,
Yeah,
basically.
you know, and as a matter of fact, I was thinking along the lines of some of the etchings that they came up with. I think I can't remember if it was in Tasha's or not, because you know, right along with the tattoos, they had they had like the etchings or something that you could do on items to give them magical powers.
Yeah, it's like a rune.
So like rune magic, something like that.
Yeah. I mean, that's all runes are, inscribing a symbol into something and it being magic. Usually it just happens to be some sort of runic symbol in the floor for a trap or something.
So I figured that might be a way I could possibly improve my weapon a bit.
Okay, yeah, I mean, you can find a book on applying runic symbols to items. I'll have to look at your class's spell list. I thought, don't wizards get runic magic eventually?
Sorcerers, you mean? I'm not a wizard, so.
Or
yeah.
sorcerers?
Let's see.
Maybe it is just wizards.
So you're thinking like at a later level or something like that?
Well, I just want to, if you have that magic available to your class now, then you would have found a book that basically describes how to do it and would have give you, you know, the steps, the things you need to make it magic.
Okay, all right.
And of what particular type of magic. What do you want it to do? Do you want it to
So
have some sort of cold damage, fire damage, give it a +1, give it some sort of magical gift,
yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Whatever the rune inscription will cause it to do, and then we can decide on that if that's what you're looking to do to your staff.
Yeah, no, I think that'd be a good route for this guy to take.
Okay.
Okay, so
Well,
that's
given the time we have, we'll discuss that in between now and the next session.
excellent.
So you have it ready to
Okay.
go.
Yeah, I can
Alright.
hop into Discord sometime this week. Talk with you a bit.
Okay, cool.
Awesome. All right, cool. Thanks.
But like 40K.
Is shooting like minimal? Because Deathwing was more shooty, right?
There's a lot more shooting than in Vermintide. A lot more.
That's good though.
Yeah, it's neat. It's very war of attrition. Like there's like barely any damn healing in that game.
All right. So LeBro has made his way back towards the front desk. Are the two of y'all still standing at the front desk?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So your group is back together. Y'all going back to the boat now?
I'm gonna do the Orc District, right?
Yes.
Yes. I will lead you.
The Orc District.
To the Orc District.
What are we looking for in here again? I forget.
We need to ask around if there's any dark mages that have been causing a muck in Garo. If any word of that has reached here.
So I'm gonna do a perception roll as I walk in, see if I can see anything of suspiciousness. Don't be
The two will throw perception.
Nothing looks suspicious to Jorik.
I think there was that reception hall, right?
Marnoth, nothing looks suspicious, but you immediately identify the mystical area of the Orc district, namely a temple they have nearly forefront as you walk through the front gates of the district.
Is that first grade building? Oh, I guess you got to tell us.
I look over at the Jorak. What's that building over there? I've never been in here before, I don't think, except to retrieve him while he was drunk.
The Jorik, you would immediately be aware that, yeah, that would be the mystical.
A mystical temple.
Yeah.
We should probably start
do I know
there
what
for
god? Do you know what god it is? History check. Gorkenmork?
Wow. I don't know your gods.
Yeah.
Slips my mind a moment.
Do I know what god it is?
One second.
Satan have like a shotgun?
Are you rolling with disadvantage?
Me?
Yeah.
No, just the normal. It was a bad roll. A bad roll.
All right, Marnoth, you would know that the pantheon of the Orcish gods. I mean, you pretty much are very aware of the entire Orc history. It was referred to as the tribe of He Who Watches. It was a collection of brutal, cruel deities that ruled over the Orc race. And it was dominated by the central tribe of the father and chieftain of the pantheon, Grumash. Gruumsh, or Grumsh.
Groomsh.
Yeah. Grumsh One Eye. And that being the desire to obtain territory through war, and the other Orc gods simply reflecting all the facets of Grumsh's primary motivation. They all subscribe to the code might makes right. That is the attitude that they all behold. Might makes right. But while evil, what?
How do you spell his name again? Gruu?
Yeah, two U's, MSH. Gruumsh.
And he's the main deity?
Yeah, he is the father and chieftain of the pantheon.
So we're adhering to the pantheon.
And you are aware that they were evil and lacking in sophistication, but nonetheless very powerful protectors and advocates for their people. So that's what Marnoth knows.
I relay this to Jorik.
Yes, I recall this, of course. Absolutely. Now that you mention it.
That guy. We should probably head there first, see if they've heard anything about a dark mage, Shungara. They'd be the first ones to know any information anyway, because they're a temple.
I mean, it sounds like they're all evil mages, but we'll see if any of them are dark. Alright, let's go. Ooh, I pinged.
Okay. Walking through the front doors of the temple.
Is this where we talked to that receptionist lady last night?
It sure is.
Oh, I wonder if they remember you.
You've been here before.
I
Literally for like weeks ago, a month ago.
Oh, shit.
didn't remember us. This is fine. It's all fine. We're fine.
So why don't you go talk to her?
Yeah, so we go walk up to her. Hi, it's nice to meet you for the first time.
Mm-hmm. The second time, you mean?
Ah, lady.
What?
Wait, can I try and deceptify her? Hold on.
Sure.
Oh, oh, oh. Oh,
Well, you certainly look familiar anyway.
I get that a lot.
Nice to meet you, I suppose.
A traveling minstrel, not minister, a minstrel. Um, yeah. So we're just kind of in town and seeing the sights, and we have that fancy airship outside. Take
Oh,
you
yeah,
for a ride one
airship.
day. Yeah. Um, we're just kind of following up on some leads about some malaligned um, wizards and magi.
How aligned.
Malaligned, yes. I
Hmm.
know many fancy words.
I mean, none aligned. The mages we know are all for the orc people.
And they've all been within the city perimeter recently.
Hmm. Who?
These magi that we are speaking of.
Certainly not.
No. Where would they live or travel to?
Anywhere they choose.
Can you give us a few names of them so we may speak with them? Or maybe we'll come across them in our travels.
You want me to give you names of mages in the city?
Any orc mages that or dark mages that you may have heard of that um, may not walk the straight path.
May not walk a straight path. I don't know what you could
I
mean.
interject. Ma'am, we happen to be looking for one that would be considered a dark mage, someone who kind of works on the fringe of the current agreements between King Riken and your King Ingaro.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know anybody like that. I've never met anybody like that.
Have you heard anything going on, particularly of one of those kind of types being active again?
Active again, no. The last active was Linthros, but that was ages ago.
What exactly did he do?
Well, just say his methods of obtaining his powers were not coherent with the mystic
Would you say
guidance.
malaligned? Did he have any
Grand's looking at you. I suppose I would say malaligned, yes.
did he have any disciples or followers that would still be relevant or alive today? Or like his own little cult of followers?
I mean, he certainly did have some followers, but as the legend has it, they all perished.
How did they perish?
Well, they were murdered
Ah,
in
By whom?
the last Great War, the last stand at Garo.
um, who who murdered them? Or the orcs or the enemies of the orcs?
Enemies of the orcs. This was during the time of Prince Baron's war against Riken.
They just so happened to conveniently wipe out all of his followers and him, I'm assuming?
Well, as the legend has it, yes.
As the legend has it.
The
Is there
over 80% of the population was wiped out that day.
is there an orcish account written down of what happened that day?
Well, there's plenty of books in the library at the college, or you could peruse our library. However, you are not permitted to remove any items from the library.
Question: what kind of dark deeds did this Linthros do? Like, what did he have like a signature kind of way that he would like murder or kill or whatever bad thing he did?
Well, he carried a staff with a gem in it that supposedly emitted a dark light. And this essentially would, as so we're told, suck the life out of all living around it and turn day to night.
That sounds familiar.
Hmm.
So, if you don't mind, can we be pointed in the direction of where a book containing this account be placed?
She puts her hand up, pointing down the hallway, and says, "Down the hall, 3 doors on your right's the library."
We will head that way. Thank you.
Me being an orc, am I able to take some books out, check them out, my card?
These are your people, but Alright, I guess we should start looking for more books real quick.
Oh,
As a matter of fact, as an orc, you would know for sure, without a doubt, you should not be removing anything from this library.
If I play a beautiful song. Alright, well, I tell her it was nice seeing you again, and I wink at her.
Looking for books, people.
Yep.
Roll for book looking.
Looking for books.
Book looking. I rolled like a 6 and a 9.
Damn. What the hell?
I don't know. Book looking.
Okay, please
Vivid throw.
describe
There
to
you go.
me the type
Jesus.
of books you were looking for.
I hold a rock. I found a book.
Any kind of history book or accounts of the war between Riken and or the Bronze War versus Riken and Katsugaro or something like that. Of that age, you know.
Damn.
Like
Lebro,
Arc. Yeah, go ahead.
Lebro finds a book describing a tale in which one of Prince Baran's army captains, captain of one of his armies, led an attack towards King Riken's castle, basically attempting to take the castle, which they failed to do. And the story goes that Baran's army was essentially overwhelmed by combined forces from the humans, the dwarves, just everybody that was coming together during that time to fight Baran's armies. And the battlefield they met on, they were literally outnumbered 10-1 in numbers. And so their army was completely and utterly destroyed. However, during their retreat, a single warrior from Buran's army stayed behind and was able to hold off thousands while the rest of the army retreated back into the desert. Nothing was ever heard from this warrior again, and was presumed to be a hero slain in battle.
And that was one of Baran's people, like someone from Baran's army did that? From, like,
Yes,
church.
and specifically a warrior that wielded a magical staff that sounds a lot like the one Linthros would carry.
Is human? Lintros?
No.
No.
Was
Not orc.
this hero described as human, or was he also orc?
The race of the warrior is not described in the tale.
Okay. So there's definitely a good chance that we have an apostle then, according to that story.
I mean, that could have been Linthros himself, right?
No? I think it would have described him specifically if it would have had him on the battlefield, right? I would think.
Well, the description of the warrior is certainly very similar to Linthros.
But
As far as the weapon he wields, a staff with a magical gem.
one thing is definitely for sure is that the entire army was not completely wiped out.
Well, no. I mean, the army would have been if this guy didn't cover their retreat, though.
Right. But that means there's followers,
R-
and it might have been
Potentially.
him specifically. So they were not all killed.
I mean, yeah, he could have fallen. He could have stayed alive. If
I
he
think
was that powerful, maybe he was. I mean, if it sucks the life for people, does it provide him life to keep living, kind of thing? Could he just be ageless, or does he have followers?
thinking we got apostles.
Yeah.
Interesting. I think that book answered what we needed.
Yes, sir, and curious.
So we could probably safely assume that at that time frame it was Linthros.
Yeah.
What happened to him, we don't know, and likely, I mean, if he's shoving off thousands of, what's it, King Riken's countercharge, like his army, it's likely he could have stayed alive.
And he also helped others escape.
Yeah.
So there's a good chance they're still operating inside of.
Yeah, he could have had other magi with him within the army.
And that would have been attacking from Baran. Akgaro? Draken, right?
Well, it said that he was trying to get King Riken's castle in the book.
Right.
So this wasn't right. This wasn't Goro. Firstly,
No, this was not at Garo.
the Garo. Okay.
This was at Riken.
It was close.
It was in the fields approaching Riken City.
Okay.
All right, so it's probably around.
He came from Baran.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Well,
So
they came from the west.
okay. But they
your-
retreated towards Baran.
Yes.
Baran is like just kind of a catch-all of all like the undesirables, right?
Basically.
That's
So
what
it could
it's
be
known
any-
for.
Could be any race that.
Yeah.
Just,
That guy initially.
I believe, as one of you had learned before, is that the city of Buran was originally founded by Prince Buran after, Prince Buran is his first name. Vron, as in King Vron and the continent of Vron. He was the prince of King Vron, right? And his name was Buran Vron. Buran Vron.
nice.
And he thought the Riken continent was weak and decided to wage war against it to see if he could claim it for himself in those days. I believe you should also be aware that upon losing the war, him and his armies were pushed into the desert, which is where the city eventually sprang up from. Prince Buran, there in exile, constructed a city for him to live in, and thus over the years it grew and gained notoriety as where all those who have been shut out or all sorts of reasons just don't fit in society, shut out of society, thrown out of society, escaped from society. Yeah, basically all the
Undesirables. So, in Vron, after he was exiled, who took over ruling there?
I mean, he did. He was exiled, and then he took over Braun.
he founded Baran
Yeah.
No, Vron,
and named the city after himself.
in the main content of Vron, VRA.
King Vron was still king at the time, but human, so eventually
So he was
died.
just there temporarily, and then went back. But I thought you said he was in
No,
exile.
no, they're humans. Well, the prince is in exile. The king
So the
was
prince thought he could take over Riken, but failed and was exiled.
Yeah. and right.
Okay.
And this is lineage down the line, right? So
Yeah.
the original King Vron formed the new human society along with the elves of the Vron continent after the cataclysm. This is where his lineage started, and then a couple generations down the line, the current king had a son, and his son was Prince Buran. So this is not. These people are human. They don't live as long. So, count back 300 years ago when the cataclysm happened and King Vron first reformed human civilization on the Vron continent, which he claimed for himself. Down the line, I don't know, what would it be? Great
His offspring.
grandson, I guess, couple greats grandson, decided that the Riken continent was still in turmoil as far as social structure was concerned, and thought that he would take an army to the southeast and cross the waters and invade Riken and claim it for himself. He was seeking personal glory. And this is where King Riken got his name, as leading the charge against defending the continent against this new onslaught, and essentially organizing everybody together. Cities were barely restructuring at that point in time in Riken, because Riken was hit way harder than Braun was.
And Riken was the previous king of the Riken continent. Was that who it is?
He still is.
He still is.
He's old as fuck.
This is one of the mysteries that you guys have learned, is how is this human still alive 300 years later? Humans don't live that long.
And he only lives because he is a defender of the beacon.
You're assuming that.
Oh, it's a pretty good assumption.
As long as he defends
that
it,
dark-
right?
It's the only
Dark
thing
aura.
shared and similar with the other elves that are there in the same oaths that they took.
You said he's got the dark aura.
He has the dark tattoos.
Dark.
And he's surrounded by a dark aura, yes.
Yeah, and somehow he's able to hide his tattoos, where
Yep.
you guys cannot.
Which makes me wonder, why is he hiding his tattoos?
Well, nobody noticed, but he immediately noticed the tattoos around the group.
Yep. Which makes yeah, that made me uneasy. It's like, should we be hiding these? It's like, wait a minute. A place like Japan, they ain't down with tattoos. No ink.
I am passing out, so I'm going to.
I was
Head
about
off.
to tell you, yeah, the night's over. You
Yeah.
Excellent.
Good night, Vivid.
Vivid.
Night.
I do.
See, dude.
I'm gonna send you something first. It's not important, so just get to it whenever you.